Every day, millions of seniors pour themselves a bowl of rice, thinking they're making a healthy choice. But what if I told you that the way you're preparing this simple grain could actually be sabotaging your blood sugar and wreaking havoc on your digestive system? The truth might shock you, but the solution is surprisingly simple. Today, I'm going to tell you 5 rice tricks that older people need to reduce blood sugar and improve their gut health. I'm here today because too many older adults are struggling with blood sugar spikes, digestive discomfort, and energy crashes after meals, all while following what they think are healthy eating habits. The real problem isn't necessarily what you're eating, it's how you're preparing it. Here's what most people don't understand about rice preparation. The methods our grandparents used weren't just tradition, they were actually health secrets that modern convenience has made us forget. These 5 techniques I'm about to share aren't complicated or expensive. They don't require special equipment or hard-to-find ingredients. They're simple adjustments that work with your body's natural processes to transform ordinary rice into a blood sugar stabilizing, gut healing superfood. The first technique might surprise you because it's something you probably skip without thinking twice about it. We're talking about properly soaking your rice before cooking. Now, I know what you're thinking. You've been making rice your whole life, and it tastes just fine the way you do it now. But here's what's happening inside your body that you can't see. Rice contains natural compounds called phytates that act like tiny nutrient blockers in your digestive system. These compounds latch onto essential minerals like calcium, iron, and zinc, preventing your body from absorbing them effectively. For seniors who may already be dealing with bone density issues, low energy, or weakened immunity, this hidden nutrient theft can be particularly problematic. When you soak rice properly, you're breaking down these phytates and making those crucial nutrients available to your body. But there's another massive benefit that directly impacts how you feel after eating. Soaked rice becomes significantly easier to digest, which means less bloating, less gas, and that heavy, uncomfortable feeling that often follows a rice-heavy meal. The process couldn't be simpler. After giving your rice a thorough rinse under cool running water, place it in a bowl and cover with warm water. Let it sit for anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes. This gives the grains time to soften and allows those problematic compounds to break down naturally. The key is not to overdo it. Don't soak for more than 3 hours, especially in warm weather, because bacteria can start to multiply and spoil your rice. I've seen this simple change make a dramatic difference for people, but soaking is just the beginning. The second technique involves adding something to your cooking water that most people would never think of. We're talking about vinegar. Yes, regular household vinegar. Before you wrinkle your nose thinking this will make your rice taste sour, let me explain why this works and how to do it right. Vinegar contains acetic acid, a natural compound that slows down how quickly your body breaks down and absorbs carbohydrates. This means instead of your blood sugar shooting up rapidly after eating rice, it rises more gradually and stays more stable. For seniors managing diabetes, prediabetes, or just trying to maintain steady energy levels throughout the day, this effect can be absolutely transformative. Research from major universities has shown that adding vinegar to rice can reduce its impact on blood sugar by over 30%. That's taking a food that typically causes rapid blood sugar spikes and turning it into something much more manageable for your metabolism. The method is incredibly straightforward. When you're adding water to cook your rice, simply include 1 tablespoon of natural, fermented vinegar, like apple cider vinegar. The rice won't taste sour or vinegary at all. In fact, many people say it tastes cleaner and fresher. The key is using natural fermented vinegar, not the synthetic versions that don't offer the same metabolic benefits. If you have a sensitive stomach, or you're trying this for the first time, start with half a tablespoon and see how your body responds. You can always increase the amount as you get used to it. The third technique involves combining rice with another common pantry staple in a very specific ratio. We're talking about adding a small amount of oatmeal to your rice. This might sound unusual, but the science behind it is fascinating, and the results can be remarkable for both your blood sugar and your heart health. Oatmeal contains beta-glucan, a type of soluble fiber that acts like a gentle sponge in your digestive system. It moves through your gut, absorbing excess cholesterol and slowing down the digestion process so your blood sugar doesn't spike as quickly after eating. For seniors dealing with high cholesterol, blood pressure issues, or blood sugar management, this natural fiber boost can provide significant support. Studies have shown that mixing just a small amount of oatmeal into rice can slow the rise in blood sugar by more than 40%. But the key word here is small. We're not talking about making oatmeal rice porridge. The golden ratio is about 1 teaspoon of plain, dry oatmeal for every cup of rice you're cooking. That's roughly 5 to 7% of the total volume. Why such a small amount? Because while oatmeal is healthy, too much fiber at once can cause bloating, gas, and digestive discomfort, especially for older adults whose digestive systems may be more sensitive. The goal is gentle, consistent support, not overwhelming your system. This small addition gives you the blood sugar stabilizing benefits without changing the taste or texture of your rice significantly. It's like giving your meal a health upgrade that works behind the scenes to support your metabolism and cardiovascular system. The fourth technique involves a golden spice that's been prized for its healing properties for thousands of years. A tiny pinch of turmeric added to your cooked rice can provide benefits that rival some medications for blood sugar management and inflammation control. Turmeric contains curcumin, a powerful compound that helps improve how your body responds to insulin. As we age, many people develop insulin resistance, where the body doesn't use insulin as effectively as it should. This leads to higher blood sugar levels, increased fatigue, and often weight gain around the midsection. Research has shown that regular curcumin intake can reduce insulin resistance by nearly 25%. That's a significant improvement that can help stabilize blood sugar levels and improve energy throughout the day. The application is simple but important to get right. After your rice is cooked and still warm, sprinkle 1 or 2 small pinches of pure turmeric powder over it and stir gently. The warmth helps release the beneficial oils and creates a subtle, pleasant flavor that complements the rice beautifully. Start with just a tiny amount, especially if you're not used to the taste of turmeric. You can gradually increase it over time as your palate adjusts. Make sure you're using pure turmeric powder, not curry powder, which contains multiple spices and often salt that might not provide the same benefits. If you have gallbladder problems or take certain medications, especially blood thinners, check with your healthcare provider before adding turmeric regularly to your diet. While it's generally safe for most people, it can interact with some medications and conditions. Now, the fifth and final technique is perhaps the most surprising because it doesn't involve adding anything at all. Instead, it's about timing and temperature. We're talking about cooling your rice after cooking and then reheating it before eating. This simple process creates something called resistant starch, and the health benefits are absolutely remarkable. Here's what happens during this cooling and reheating process. When rice cools down completely, the starch molecules reorganize themselves into a form that your body can't easily digest. This resistant starch then travels through your small intestine without being broken down and absorbed. Instead, it reaches your large intestine where it becomes food for the beneficial bacteria in your gut. This process provides multiple benefits that are especially important for seniors. First, it dramatically reduces the blood sugar impact of the rice. Instead of causing a rapid spike in glucose levels, the resistant starch barely affects blood sugar at all. Second, It feeds your gut bacteria, which improves digestion, reduces inflammation throughout your body, and strengthens your immune system. For older adults dealing with digestive issues, constipation, or irregular bowel movements, resistant starch can provide gentle, natural relief. It helps regulate the digestive system without the harsh effects that some medications can cause. The process requires a bit of planning, but it's incredibly simple. After cooking your rice, let it cool completely at room temperature for about an hour. You can eat it cold if you prefer, but most people find it more appetizing when gently reheated. Store the cooled rice in the refrigerator and reheat only what you plan to eat within the next day or two. When reheating, warm it just until it's hot throughout. Don't overcook it or let it sit at room temperature for extended periods, especially in warm weather, as this can allow harmful bacteria to grow. What makes this technique so powerful is that it actually increases the nutritional value of the rice while decreasing its impact on blood sugar. You're essentially transforming a high glycemic food into a low glycemic, gut-supporting superfood just by manipulating temperature and time. Now, you might be wondering how to combine all these techniques for maximum benefit. The good news is that they work beautifully together, and you don't have to implement them all at once. Start with whichever method feels most manageable for your routine. You could soak your rice with a tablespoon of vinegar in the soaking water. Then add your pinch of oatmeal and turmeric when cooking. After the rice is done, let it cool completely before storing it in the refrigerator for later reheating. This combination creates a synergistic effect where each technique amplifies the benefits of the others. The soaking and vinegar work together to make the rice easier to digest and less likely to spike blood sugar. The oatmeal adds heart-healthy fiber that further slows glucose absorption. The turmeric provides anti-inflammatory benefits and improved insulin sensitivity. And the cooling process creates resistant starch that feeds beneficial gut bacteria. What's remarkable about these techniques is how they address multiple health concerns that commonly affect seniors. Blood sugar management, digestive health, heart health, and inflammation are all supported through these simple preparation methods. Many people are surprised to learn that the timing of when you eat your rice can also impact its effects on your body. Eating rice earlier in the day, particularly at breakfast or lunch, allows your body more time to process the carbohydrates and use them for energy rather than storing them as fat. If you're managing diabetes or pre-diabetes, consider pairing your prepared rice with protein and healthy fats to further slow digestion and minimize blood sugar spikes. A piece of grilled chicken, some avocado, or a handful of nuts can create a more balanced meal that provides steady energy without the roller coaster effect on blood glucose levels. For those dealing with digestive sensitivities, start slowly with these techniques. Implement one method at a time and pay attention to how your body responds. Some people notice improvements within days, while others may need a few weeks to experience the full benefits. These simple changes represent more than just cooking techniques. They're a return to wisdom that previous generations understood instinctively. Our ancestors didn't have access to processed foods or quick cooking methods, so they developed preparation techniques that naturally supported health and digestion. What we're doing here is reclaiming that knowledge and applying it with modern scientific understanding. Let me share something that might surprise you about portion sizes. When you're using these preparation methods, you might find that smaller portions of rice leave you feeling more satisfied than larger portions prepared the conventional way. This happens because the enhanced nutrient absorption and slower digestion create genuine satiety rather than the temporary fullness that often leads to overeating. For seniors watching their weight or dealing with metabolic concerns, This natural portion control effect can be incredibly valuable. You're not restricting yourself or following complicated diet rules. You're simply preparing food in a way that works harmoniously with your body's signals. Now, let's talk about something crucial that many people overlook. The type of rice you choose can amplify or diminish the benefits of these preparation methods. Brown rice, while higher in fiber and nutrients, requires longer soaking times and responds exceptionally well to the cooling and reheating technique. The resistant starch formation is actually more pronounced in brown rice compared to white rice. Wild rice, despite its name, isn't technically rice at all, but a grass seed. It has naturally lower starch content and provides more protein than traditional rice varieties. When prepared using these techniques, wild rice becomes an incredibly nutrient-dense option that's particularly beneficial for blood sugar management. Jasmine and basmati rice varieties have naturally lower glycemic indexes compared to short-grain white rice, which means they have less impact on blood sugar even before applying these preparation methods. When you combine their natural properties with techniques like vinegar addition and cooling, the blood sugar benefits become even more significant. Here's something fascinating about the science behind resistant starch that most people don't understand. The cooling process actually changes the molecular structure of the starch in ways that persist even after reheating. This means you're not losing the benefits when you warm the rice back up. In fact, some research suggests that multiple cooling and reheating cycles can increase resistant starch content even further. This discovery has profound implications for meal planning. You can prepare larger batches of rice using these techniques, store portions in the refrigerator, and reheat them throughout the week. Each time you reheat a portion, you're potentially increasing its health benefits rather than diminishing them. For busy seniors or those with limited mobility, this batch preparation approach can be a game changer. Spend one afternoon preparing rice for the entire week, knowing that each serving will support your blood sugar stability and digestive health. The timing of your meals also plays a crucial role in maximizing these benefits. Your body's insulin sensitivity naturally varies throughout the day, typically being highest in the morning and gradually declining. This means rice consumed earlier in the day is processed more efficiently than rice eaten late at night. If you're managing diabetes or prediabetes, consider making rice-based dishes part of your breakfast or lunch routine rather than dinner. The combination of better insulin sensitivity and these preparation techniques create an optimal environment for blood sugar management. Here's another practical tip that can make a significant difference. The liquid you use for reheating matters more than you might think. Instead of plain water, try using low-sodium vegetable broth or bone broth. This adds nutrients and flavor while maintaining the beneficial properties of the resistant starch. Bone broth, in particular, provides collagen and amino acids that support gut health and complement the prebiotic effects of resistant starch. For seniors dealing with digestive issues or joint problems, this combination can provide additional therapeutic benefits. The hydration aspect of rice preparation is something else worth considering. Properly soaked and prepared rice actually helps with hydration because the grains retain moisture more effectively. This can be particularly beneficial for older adults who may not drink enough water throughout the day or who experience dehydration more easily. Let's address a common concern about food safety with these preparation methods. Some people worry about leaving rice at room temperature or storing it in the refrigerator for reheating. When done correctly, these methods are completely safe and actually reduce the risk of foodborne illness. The key is following proper food safety protocols. Never leave cooked rice at room temperature for more than 2 hours, and always store it in the refrigerator within that time frame. When reheating, Make sure the rice reaches an internal temperature of at least 165 degrees Fahrenheit throughout. If you're batch preparing rice, divide it into smaller containers, rather than storing it all in one large container. This allows for faster cooling and safer reheating of individual portions. Label your containers with dates and use refrigerated rice within 3 to 4 days for optimal safety and quality. For those with compromised immune systems or other health conditions that require extra caution with food safety, these guidelines become even more important. When in doubt, it's better to prepare fresh rice than to risk consuming rice that's been stored improperly. The economic benefits of these preparation methods shouldn't be overlooked either. By making rice more nutritious and satisfying, you're getting better value from an already affordable food. The addition of small amounts of oatmeal and spices represents minimal cost increase while dramatically improving nutritional value. Bulk purchasing of rice varieties and proper storage can further reduce costs. Brown rice and wild rice, while initially more expensive than white rice, provide significantly more nutrition per serving, especially when prepared using these techniques. Consider the long-term healthcare cost savings as well. Better blood sugar management, improved digestive health, and reduced inflammation can help prevent or delay more serious health complications that require expensive medical interventions. These rice preparation techniques also support better sleep quality, something that's crucial for seniors but often overlooked. Stable blood sugar levels throughout the day and evening help prevent the blood sugar crashes that can disrupt sleep patterns. The gut health benefits from resistant starch also influence sleep quality. A healthy gut microbiome produces neurotransmitters like serotonin, which regulates sleep cycles. By feeding beneficial bacteria with resistant starch, you're supporting your body's natural sleep mechanisms. Many people report feeling more energetic during the day and sleeping more soundly at night after implementing these rice preparation methods consistently for several weeks. This improvement in energy and sleep quality often motivates people to continue with these healthy habits long term. Community cooking groups or senior center programs can benefit from incorporating these methods into their meal preparation. The techniques are simple enough for group settings, while providing significant health benefits for all participants. What's particularly encouraging about these rice preparation methods is how they demonstrate that small, consistent changes can lead to significant health improvements. You don't need to overhaul your entire diet or invest in expensive supplements. Simple modifications to foods you're already eating can create meaningful positive changes in how you feel and function. This approach to health improvement is sustainable because it builds on existing habits rather than requiring completely new behaviors. Most people find these techniques easy to maintain once they become routine, and the positive effects provide motivation to continue. Remember that these aren't all or nothing approaches. Even implementing just one of these techniques consistently will provide meaningful health benefits. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress toward better health and vitality. I want to address something important about expectations. While these techniques can make a significant difference in how rice affects your body, they're part of an overall approach to healthy eating and living. They work best when combined with other good habits like staying hydrated, getting adequate sleep, and maintaining regular physical activity within your capabilities. For those taking medications for blood sugar management, don't make any changes to your medication routine without consulting your healthcare provider. These rice preparation methods can complement medical treatment but shouldn't replace professional medical care or prescribed medications. The beauty of these methods lies in their simplicity and accessibility. You don't need special equipment, expensive ingredients, or complicated procedures. These are techniques that can be easily incorporated into any kitchen routine, regardless of cooking skill level or physical limitations. Before you go, let me know in the comments which of these 5 techniques you're most excited to try. Have you already been using any of these methods without realizing their health benefits? I'd love to hear about your experiences and answer any questions you might have about implementing these rice preparation strategies in your own kitchen. If this video provided value for your health journey, please give it a like to help others discover these important techniques. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more practical, science-based health tips designed specifically for seniors who want to take charge of their well-being naturally.